Well, what is La La Land Festival? Just to get this answer, I have with me the organizer, the one person who has been behind this festival, Noren. Noren, thank you very much for joining. And what a fantastic atmosphere! I should start saying, asking this question: how does it feel to be here, crowded with so many people, young, old, and obviously enjoying the fest? How do you feel?
Fantastic. I mean, this is exactly what we want, bringing young and old and people from Goa and abroad and the rest of India together. So,
okay, first of all, you're quite colorful, and obviously the festival is, but tell me one thing, from where did you start this festival? How did you conceptualize?
So I come from the Netherlands, and in the Netherlands we have a festival, it's called the Parade, where we're bringing all these different kind of art forms together. And then I was here at the Museum of Goa, and we have this beautiful carpet of joy that Subodh Kerker has created, and it just asks for something big, something colorful. And that's actually where I came up with the inspiration.
Okay, with respect to Goa and more importantly India, how did you get this festival here? How do you think of, how has been the response over these years, gradually increasing? Because you had COVID, and also, you've come back with a bang now for this particular edition.
Yeah, so we started this 4 years ago, and it's been phenomenal from the start, and that's what I really like, that really the whole community embraces this festival. That makes me really, really happy. And after this 2.5 year break, we were really scared. We were thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? The demographics have changed in Goa, and we're actually like more than overwhelmed of what's happening here tonight.
Okay. India obviously is a diverse country with respect to culture. Doing a festival of yours, I feel it is more of a franchisee that Goa is with respect to the La La Land Festival. How has been this festival with respect to cultural exchange? You have a lot of people with diverse background participating here at the festival.
Yeah, well, that's one of the aims of the festival, right? We are doing cultural exchange. I mean, Goa attracts so many people from different countries, different kind of art forms. It's so expressive, and that's what we use in the festival. So we have people from the Netherlands, obviously, because I'm from the Netherlands, but collaborating with people from India. We have a Marathi play based on a European folk with Goan traditions included, right? So all these crossovers, I think that is what is very beautiful, and it connects people.
If I ask you, what is the USP of this festival, especially with respect to the change that we have seen in the last 2 years, people have moved digitally very fast. What has been the USP of this particular festival that you have to offer to people? Whether it is
Very difficult to say, but I think it is about people are searching for happiness and inspiration, and I think that's what we're giving.
Okay. Yeah, I also see something on the lines of VR. That's something new for the kids and also for Goa. How do you see that particular aspect?
Yes, so we brought this time artist collective from the Netherlands, Dropstep Media, and we are using VR, so the new media, to show again heritage and folk. So, and yeah, I mean, that is something you just have to experience, and it's here for the next few days at the Museum of Goa.
If I want to ask you is, where do you see this festival in the next couple of years? What would be your response?
I want to take it forward, I want to make it big, but festivals are difficult in the sense to, money is a big issue, so it comes from passion, and licenses are always an issue, but it has a great potential, but the feeling always has to be a community kind of feeling.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure it was to have a chat, and all the best for this entire night that you have to offer to a lot of people here in Goa. Thank you very much. Pleasure it was. Pleasure.
Because I love trees so much. These are conversations that I keep having with my trees. I have never really known what boredom is. going from one activity to the next to the next. Everything seems to have stopped inside me. What can I do to save myself from this misery? I can love you, my love. That's all I really want to do. I want passion. I want unspeakable intimacies. I want to eat you up, to have you as my own, to drink you down like a draught, to hug you and keep you warm at night. But only on one condition, that you love me completely. Give yourself.
Hello, we are at the La La Land Festival here at MOG Goa, and I have with me an amazing artist, which a performance we just saw right now. Her name is Saloni. She's from Calcutta. Saloni, thank you very much for joining us. And one thing which I really liked is the way you express and the topic and the subject. You know, how important, or maybe just tell me something about you first, and how did you evolve this kind of an expression, especially when it comes to performance?
I feel for things. I'm an empathetic person. It's not tough to me to understand what other people or other living things feel. I just wanted to make people realize that a tree is a living, breathing, feeling thing. It's not a beautiful thing or a piece of furniture. It gives you oxygen. It's all that, but it also has feelings. It can be a person if you give it some time and give it some silence. If you try to listen, then the tree will listen to you. That's what I wanted to show.
Okay. More importantly, we live in a world which is more of a digital age now. We live in a world with so much of geopolitical tensions, where we are killing each other.
Yeah.
With respect to nature, has always taken a backside. We have been taking environment as a second thought.
Yeah.
This kind of an art form, will it change people's perspective when it comes to saving environment, saving nature?
I don't know whether it will change people's perspective, but I hope people get jealous of me. They are like, what is she doing? What trip is she on? How is this tree making her so happy? So I hope they try to just talk to a tree more than saving nature and saving global warming. Spend some time, learn to be quiet with yourself, and I think all the answers will come to you.
Okay. And especially you're performing here at the La La Land Festival. How has been the response here in Goa, and more importantly, your expression here when it comes to your journey?
It's a mixed response. People don't want silence. People don't want to feel uncomfortable. People don't want to accept that something is wrong with them, or people are not very open to accepting, honesty. It's very, jarring. They want distractions all the time. As we know, we are living in a digital age. So it's hard. Not many people listen. Not many people care, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Okay. So thank you very much for joining and sharing your thoughts. Thank you very much, and best of luck for entire journey, especially with expression of this particular form. Thank you. With so many performances happening here at La La Land, I had to speak to Maria, who's been here with two of the amazing dancers here. Maria, tell me one thing. How does it feel to be part of this La La Land festival here in Goa?
It's a big pleasure for us, and it's a big step to our performing career, because the kids, they're really kids, and they shy to make a first step, and the La La Land give us opportunity to feel what is the real La La Land, where you can create your happiness and your magic.
Okay, but what is the performance that you're doing here? Just to understand.
Right now we are working on the aerial performance, which is a beautiful aerial circus act, which is different from something what you can find on the ground. And we have opportunity to do it here, and we're grateful for that opportunity. And you will see this act is beautiful and amazing.
As people are battling across the world and we see a lot of geopolitical tensions happening, I believe you are from Russia. How do you see that particular aspect basically here in Goa, but your counterparts are, but the world is fighting basically. How do you see that?
My heart is crying for that because I don't believe in the power and the crime and all this anger and the war. I don't believe in this. I believe in the love. And actually, because of this, I generate my energy more to bring more kids to the group to teach and learn, to take their attention, because we have a girl from Ukraine. She's half Indian, half Russian.
Okay.
I'm Russian. And I don't want the kids thinking of that, because we still here on this earth and we come here without passport. We belong to this big, beautiful planet. And because of this, actually, I come in my head one day, new theater show which called Love Will Win, because I believe that love really will win.
Okay. If I have to ask you about your performance here, what do you have to say? Just if you can share me a little about your performance. Any of them.
Michelle, you did. Our performance, well, it was really hard to get here actually. We literally thrived, we worked so hard to get there, and we still make mistakes, and I am shaking right now to go on stage in front of people I know and even people I don't know. And my teacher, who has really helped me, I want to get into my aerial career, and she's literally bringing me up here, and what I'm going to do here is going to help me in my future.
Okay. And what do you have to say?
I'm really excited to perform, because I have done performance, but not really grand like this one. And I'm grateful for Miss Maria, my teacher, for helping me be here and perform.
Basically, which country are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Okay. And how do you see your brothers and sisters who are fighting a war now? What is your feeling?
I feel really sad. My dad can't come back to India. He's stuck in Ireland because of the war. He wasn't allowed to come back, and he's coming back soon. But I feel also sad for all my relatives in Ukraine, because not all of them have the chance to come here, and I'm really sad that the war is actually happening. And like my teacher Maria, I feel like love will win.
Thank you. Pleasure. Well, this place has a lot of energy and a lot of vibe, and the USP of this La La Land Festival this time happens to be the digital age, and more importantly, we have somebody who has exploited this digital technology for a lot of people with respect to VR. I have with me amazing guest by name Rene, and he comes from Amsterdam, and the collective is Drop Stuff.
Yes.
Okay, Rene, how does it feel to be here in Goa and also at MOG, that is the museum here in Goa, and you see a lot of vibe here. What are your feelings?
Yes, terrific, right? I think this museum is first very special, that the surrounding and it's created in this place, very, very nice, and that we are allowed to do our project here. So we're really grateful for that.
Okay, now I also understand is you've flown from Amsterdam to here in Goa.
Yes.
At your cost. You've got your team here again at your cost, and also you've sponsored a lot of underprivileged kids to come visit the festival and be part of this amazing vibe that is here. How does it feel to be, giving back to the community?
You know what? We wanted to do this VR installation here, and our idea was, okay, we have to tell the local story, and we have to adapt to the local history. And this is also what this museum is doing. They mix art and they mix the local history, and that's also what we like to do with our art installation in the Netherlands. We use elements of folk culture, we use arts, we use cultural heritage, and use new technology to bring this to a wide as possible public. Now, this is exactly what we want to do here as well. So the children are playing the star cast in our movie, and they lead us with a balloon through the different parts of the city, and you will experience this in 360 degrees video, and on their way they were coloring their city, sometimes literally. We took these old rocking chairs from the Portuguese time, and the children were painting them in their modernistic colors, red, yellow and blue.
Okay. And now at this festival, with respect to you are marrying both the art as well as the technology. Yeah. And how has been the response, especially when you come from a developed country and we are still developing? So how do you see this difference, and more importantly, this aspect of marrying both art and the technology?
Wow, a lot of questions in the same time. I think in the place where we are here, people are really eager to discover. And that's what we like, because we have the same. What we find interesting is because the new technology leads to also to a new public. And for us, is the public the most important. Tell new stories in a new way to a new public. Yeah, not only to art lovers who are highly educated and visit museums, but also people who never come in a museum. That's really important.
Okay, especially if I ask you of all the underprivileged kids here who are part of this festival, how has been the response? How do you feel when you see the smile on their faces? I've seen that, and I've realized that it's quite an amazing experience that they have. How do you feel?
I'm really blessed that we can do this, and I also, we had this filming day with the children, and it was so nice, and they were so anxious, and sometimes they had to wait, and but they did very well, and now they are all back here to see the result, and they were so happy. So yeah, very thankful.
This is nothing short of a mela, or you have these festivals here in India, religious festival or mela. This is nothing short of that. Rene, thank you very much for sharing this joy with us here in Goa, and also making all the kids smile. Pleasure it was to talk to you. Thank you. La La Land Festival, it is not only performance but also engagement that happens. Just I'm out of a performance of one of the beautiful lady here by name Shweta, and after the performance, obviously there are a lot of kids who are practicing now. Shweta, tell me how do you feel about this festival first of all?
This festival is so beautiful. It's a gathering of a lot of beautiful people here who live in Goa, and they want to share music, culture, art. It's amazing. Like I really love this festival, and I try to be a part of this for the last 3 years. Thanks to Noreen, who's the organizer of this festival. And today we are in Museum of Goa with so many kids here, and they're just mind blowing. Like every time you show a kid anything new, they are just like, wow, I want to try it. And poi and flow arts is something which is so much happiness, fun, and play. So I think that's so easy to attract these kids and get them into something productive and fun and healthy, something very originated to keeping your mind and your body in a nice way, and it's super nice. I was just warming up, playing a little bit for the kids since they were just all about the place, and yeah, they just came as I started, and they were all like, how are you doing it? Can we see that once again? Okay. I'm like, yes, of course you can see that once again. Like these are the best crowd that I can get sometimes, And there's so much inspiration. You never know how you touch them sometimes. They're like still so fresh, and you can just spark a little fire in them.
You said a lot of kids now are attracted to this free flow art form. I just want to ask you, when did you start? How did you fall in love with this art form?
It was 2015 when I picked up a pair of poi because my friends were like, hey, you are into performing and dancing. I was a belly dancer in Pune, so it was really fun and beautiful. And then one of my friends said, like, have you heard about fire juggling? Like, have you thought about incorporating this art in your dancing? And I was like, it's beautiful. It's like powerful, empowering, and playing with the element of fire. It's like it's something else. Since then, I've been just like, this is my whole life. Yeah, travel, teach, learn, play, make new friends, and then just
make others happy.
Make more art.
Smile.
Make everyone smile. Okay. Yeah.
With a pleasure it was. Obviously, it was one of the best performances where you were performing and also a lot of interaction. Now the kids themselves are performing. So it was a great achievement as an artist. Thank you very much, Shweta. Pleasure it was. Pleasure.
Amazing.
सुरू असताना भर गर्दीत एका लहानशा मुलाला प्रश्न पडला आणि तो भर गर्दीत बोलून गेला, राजाने तर काहीच घातलेलं नाहीये. राजा राजा नाही. शिपाई अरे राजा राजा रे राजा राजा माती खातो का.
For all the art lovers, it was indeed a pleasure to join for the La La Land Festival at MOG Goa. The festival saw around 500 guests, both young and old, participating. For many, it was indeed a night to remember.